Good evening, Samurai. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Vortex. My name is Ezio, and I will be your guide this evening as we venture forth through the world, through the realm that we have travelled many, many times before. Hail, Last Minute Continue. Hail, Kev. Welcome. Hail, Nin10. And to each and every one of you, be you a chatter, be you a lurker, be you watching live here on Twitch or in the YouTube archives, welcome. For those of you who couldn't, well, no, hold on. If you are watching us in the YouTube archives, and you'll find yourself enjoying what you're seeing on the channel at the moment, hopefully you'll consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment, maybe even subscribing to the channel. It all certainly helps us out. And if you're watching live here on Twitch and, you know, same thing, enjoying what you're seeing, well, hopefully you'll consider hitting that follow button. But in either case, the decision will always be yours. For those of you who couldn't join us on the previous leg of our journey through the glorious streets of Night City, we got completely derailed. Literally. It was supposed to be an entire stream of us grinding out levels to try and get everything to max and get a lot of money and get ourselves all the iconic weapons, and instead we spent 2 hours trying to backtrack to one of the first places in the game in order to get ourselves an iguana egg. We succeeded! But it did take a while, and I did learn an interesting glitch where, at least on the gates of Kameki Plaza, if you stand in front of the gate and then have your car drive at your full pelt, it will make the gate disappear. And then if you have the wrong cyber legs, then you have to backtrack all the way out to do a previous save, and then you have to go to a Ripper Dock and get the the reinforced ankles, which we couldn't do because I'd spent all our money on weapons. So we then had to go and do a level grind run in order to get weapons to sell for Eddies, in order for us to get the ankles, in order to go back to Kameki Plaza and get an iguana egg and read a data pad that I missed. And now we are waiting for the iguana egg to hatch into a sparrow, I think. But either way, yes, we did many things, so this evening we are going to try our darndest to get some levels under our belt. Hail, Hoodlum, welcome. So with that said, come on, join me as we once more step foot into the Vortex as we continue to travel and traverse the world, the realm that is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Our destination lays before us, the controls are set, and as always, the PC is, well, turned on. Obviously, I wouldn't be live otherwise. Though for how long I am live is another mystery, because for some reason I keep losing network connection. Yay! Anyway, let's go. Shall we? Well, more grinding than an adult club filled with dancing ladies. Indeed. Joy Toys do less grinding than Ease It. Is that a new kind of anti-compression software? Is that like 7-zip? Oh no, Ezio. Joy Toys do less grinding than Ezio. I don't have a pipe. At what point have I ever had a pipe on this stream? I am not that kind of streamer, dang it! I've forgotten to do a thing. I've just remembered to do a thing. Where is that? And is it disabled? No, not what I meant. There it is. That can be turned off now. Thank you. There you go. And stop. And where's my game? Found the game. So you aren't a plumber? No, I am not a plumber. As we have learned from my escapades trying to fix the damn central heating or the toilet in the bathroom, me plus anything to do with water is probably a bad idea. I've changed valves in taps before. Fine. I've unclogged drains. Fine. I've even unclogged a toilet once. But, yeah, anything beyond that is just... Might as well just call a plumber in. It does not end well. Why am I here? I know why I'm here. I was going to try Trauma Drama. And then I didn't have enough time, so I didn't do Trauma Drama. So I'm not doing it live because sod that. Let's do something else. Why are we all here? Good question. I don't know. There's plenty of other good streamers you can go up and watch. And when I say good, somebody with a pulse who isn't me. But, you know, I suppose this is your purgatory, I'm afraid. Don't worry. I'll try to make it somewhat interesting. Look, there's a man of flamboyant vest. there is your entertainment value for this evening. Please leave the waifu and whiskey in the tips jar on your way out. Preferably in bottles. The whiskey, not the waifus. I meant philosophically. No. Waifus and philosophy. Waifus and philosophy. A philosophy of waifus. I could have a doctorate in the philosophy of waifus. No, that means more academic writing, and I can't stand it. No, I think I'll just stick to being a deranged half-wit on the internet. That's okay. You are a ship in a bottle kind of guy. I've never built a ship in a bottle. But they do intrigue me. Right. I'll top up my glass, and we shall go on a swift... Oh, it's raining. And for a moment there I thought, oh good, it's acid rain, because just look at all the weird colour behind it. And then I realised, oh wait, it's Cyberpunk. That probably is acid rain. Right. I also learned today that there's no ships in Night City. Not because of the flood barriers, which aren't actually flood barriers. They are giant server farms that power a rogue AI. Because during the corporate wars, Arasaka put a bunch of self-replicating mines in Night City Harbour to stop Militech's ships. But then the AI geniusly thought, but there might be Militech agents on the Arasaka ships, so we must sink the ships just to be sure. And so now no ship can actually get into Night City, apart from, for some reason, Sotero's battleship, which apparently managed to get in without damage, but everything else just gets blown to Kingdom Come by these self-replicating mines on the principle that they might possibly have somebody from Militech on there. Anyway, right. Oh. Huh? Okay, don't quite understand why I did that. There's pride. I want my katana, because I am working on Shinobi right now. Move it up. Move it up. Move it up, move it up. Dun, dun, ba-dun, dun. Oh, that looks unfortunate. There we are. Come on. Right, let's begin. Well, we already have begun, but let's continue. Well. Just the music just stopped. Whack. Oh dear. Farewell to arms. Ain't no wrong with me. They're very happy for the rain, aren't they? How did I miss him?
Go, motherfuckers, go!
Yep. Do. Right, we've done that. Boing. Zoom. What the heck? Okay. I'm up here just to get us some extra shinobi. Oh, that's an arm. Okay then. Oh. For those who have not seen this before, this is actually the most optimal way we've got for leveling all of our skills. Just running this circuit continuously. It's also good because it gets us a lot of weapons and stuff, which we then sell for money, which we can then use for more weapons and stuff. Cool. Headhunter shard.
What? And now they don't?
Okay. Missed it one. Oh, missed quite a lot actually.
Fucking Ramon.
Oops. Oh yeah. Attacking the wrong key there. Alright. Oh! Did it? There we go. Mine. Mine. Oh, right, broken. Cool. Then next is down the tunnel. Or into the tunnel. There we go, climb up there just for a bit of Kenobi. Oh, well, he didn't need that head anyway. There we go. No point going back to that mega building because there's not enough eddies in the machine. No point selling anything, so we'll just go here, then we'll go back to the Valentino Alley and do the circuit again. And then again. And again. And then when we've finally leveled up Shinobi, we will then move on to Headhunter, I suppose? And then after Headhunter, there's Engineer. And... oh, Solo. We need to do Solo, but I think Solo uses a shotgun, which is fine because we've got Rebecca's shotgun, so, you know. Also, 85... oh no, it was 2 days ago. Right. Oh, it's no longer raining. Cool. Skill shot. What did I get? Shinobi! Yay! Right. No. Okay. No, things are Carpal R9, Doctor. Huh? Your question's how's life, then as happy and joyful as always. I must admit that reference has gone completely over my head, and I'm ashamed to admit it, for I used to be quite a big Doctor Who fan. It sounds like a planet in Doctor Who. Oh, that makes sense. What if it probably was? My head, unfortunately, today is very much gone. It's been a very long, long day. Huh. Nice. Yay! 35 for Shinobi, which means like we might get a skill point. Or something. Not sure. I'll find out in a bit. Who's over here? Just heard the tombs being murdered, and not a single one's actually noticed. Yes, I know I'm detected. Oh, well, it's going to be extra crispy. Again. Could be. The doctor just hasn't visited it yet. Exactly. Wait. Oh, yeah. What do I do? Oh no, yeah, this is the right way. Why is there a massive pile of burning tires there? Oh. Oh. Hold on a minute. Yes, this way. Cool.
We took care of our family, our friends.
What? Now they don't?
No. Go. Headhunter, okay. I think my headhunter skill just leveled. There we go. Hello. There we go. Then over to this car.
¿Qué fue eso?
It's mine, mine, and mine. And mine. Neat. Go, couple of higher tiers. All the things. All of the things. Boing doo, uppity doo. Up we go. Round the corner. Yeah. Oh, no, there's a thing as well. Hold on. Oh, no.
Danger! High voltage! 89.3 radio Vexelstrom.
Oh. Why have I got Radio Valstrom on? I had Morrow Rock on. Mainly because I want to try and hear some of the lore that's hidden away in it. Right. There we go. While I'm at it, quick look things. Sorry, give me a second. No. Oh no. Oh yeah, okay, well just pop Fury there, why not? There's no enemy needed there anymore. Okay, fine. You, and there we go. Alright, I've accidentally turned on over clock, haven't I? Yeah. That's fine. There we go. Look at them. Genomics 36. Marvelous. Go. There we go. Done. Those poor people did nothing to you. They'll be alright in a minute, it's fine. Guilty. or they have bounties. See? Free star. Doo-doo-doo. And... No, that's on the correct radio. There we go.
Now they don't.
If I can get to 1 million again.
You are turning into a Greenfield.
Go. What are you for? Just Kev.
Following charges filed against him in a murder investigation of Lucius Rhine, former mayor of Night City. Federalist candidate Jefferson Peralez won a resounding victory with 70.7% of the vote. In his concession speech, Mayor Holt offered his congratulations to the victor. Now we see whether Peralez will be able to realize his ambitious campaign promises. After the break, when will the Corsairs end their losing streak?
When will the Corsairs end their losing streak? God, there's no rep system in this game, isn't there? Otherwise, I would have lost all of my reputation with the Valentinos. And I wouldn't have had any reputation with the scam. Well. Yep, cool. Oh. Engineer. Well, screw that one up. Nope, still on the right radio. Cool. Yeah. Give me another sec. Sorry, give me a minute. Yes. No. Yes. No, that'll have to be. Yeah. Anyway. Right. Anyway, onwards. So we've just wrapped up there. Do I? Let's go here. Let's get rid of some of the weapons and see how many eddies we've got. Might as well have a look at the skill progression as well. We're on what, 37 now for Shinobi? Oh yeah, there's the murder, apparently. Huh. Fine, I'm just using this thing. That. 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 Not that. 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 That, 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 and that. Oh. That, and that, 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 and that. we go. Yeah, we'll sell the junk. I don't know what happened here. It must have been part of the gig, but... Talking to the wife? Where? Who? What? Why? What? I'm not married. At least, I don't think I'm married. If I was married, I'd be very, very concerned for my wife. How the heck would she end up stuck with somebody like me? Anyway. Oh! Oh, he went flying. You could be married and none of us would have any idea. This is true. This is true. But last time I checked, I was in fact not married. Nor had a girlfriend. I think the girlfriend sort of comes before the marriage bit, usually. Not unless this is an anime and I suddenly find out that I'm actually secretly engaged to the daughter of a mafia boss or something. Or I get a phone call from the Goddess support hotline. He made enough that you couldn't refuse. Marry my supermodel daughter of a wife, daughter, or I don't know, send you to the bottom of Formby Point with steel galoshes. I don't know, I've never seen The Godfather. I know there's a scene with him stroking a cat and there's something to do with the day of his daughter's wedding, and that's about the extent of it, really. Hey, Shinobi's 37. Which is a reference you would have got if you had seen The Godfather. This is true, yes, but I have yet to see The Godfather. I've got it on my Flex server. I have just yet to actually watch it. Technically, the last movie I watched was Evangelion 2.22, which I watched the other day. And the anime I watched before that was actually during the day, and it was a couple of episodes of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney anime, which is actually really good. Though admittedly, at some point I had to get up away from my desk to do something, because I had it on the second monitor. And then I came back, and all of a sudden the trial was in a completely different place, and I was wondering, wait, what's happening, and why is Maya now here? Did the animators make a mistake? Oh no, wait, I've missed like the last 5 minutes of the episode. Right. I told you they'd be back.
Nah, hit me.
Cool. Well, hot at the moment, but you know what I mean. Oriole spawn, welcome. Yeah. Now I see why this takes you off the beaten path, because it usually has these high-level dudes in. It's good, because I assume these cats take more hits, and therefore means that I actually get more not components, XP. We another samurai. Yeah, bird. All the things. What's that like? Oh. Well. Oops. Well, it'll be fine in a moment. People can survive without their heads, right? So, there we go. Man. There you go. Chromatic, gear components, more shinobi points. Oh, bollocks. Wrong button. There we go. All nicely lined up. Thank you. Hold that. Sword away. There we go. Something. There. Hmm. Uh, Sorry, give me another minute. Right. No. Da, da, da. Give hoodlums an orange. Wait. I could never get into Evangelion. Yeah, hoodlum. Have an orange. Is it just an orange or is it a bottle of Fanta, Kev? You- Ah. Anyway, right. Um, right. Anyway, does the orange have poison in it? Would Kev honestly poison any of this community? I don't think so. I mean, I've got poison here, but it's me, and you know what? What would Ezio be without a glass of wine or whiskey? Sane, probably. At least drunk. At least drunk. Did you know I'm actually a robot from Futurama? The less I drink, the more sober I become, which is actually a crime in some states. Which states? Don't know, I'm not American. Maybe the state of matter. or state of the art? State of play. Is state of play even still a thing, by the way? I remember it being a thing for a while because it was E3 and then Nintendo did their own Direct and then Sony did State of Play and Xbox did the Xbox Glorious Wibbletron of 57. State of Decay. Yeah, no, that's probably me at this point. Also, Ordelius. Oh, I think I got your name right there. Might be the first time I've ever got your name right. That name, not. Anyway, welcome. Good day, sir. It's been a while. Indeed it has. How have you been? Overheat, save will malfunction, overheat, save will malfunction, overheat. Not bad, can't complain. Me, as happy and cheerful as always. I can complain, but let's face it, I can complain about many things. This bottle here, for example, it annoys me. But nah, I'm alright. Well, vaguely alright. Work stuff, etc., etc., but I won't go into that. Also, a long stream. Really bad luck today. Got to work, car park was full, had to walk miles down the maintenance road. Got to work, found out I couldn't upgrade a laptop. Story time with Ezio. Or rather, rant with Ezio, because it's more of a rant than a story time, to be honest. But one thing that's really irking me, and it has for years at this point, but today it was just really one of those kick in the teeth. Because basically, I had some laptops, and I needed more storage space, so we could put virtual machines on. I work for a university, and therefore sometimes some of the students need virtual machines on the laptop, computer science, etc., etc. So, I opened it up, and I think, hey, you know what? We need more space. We don't have any more M.2 drives, but we have some 500 gig SSDs. I'll just plug the 500 gig SSD into the laptop. Open it up. There's the thing for the SSD. No cable. Because, of course, HP, in their infinite wisdom, poor boits, it was much more colourful with my language in the office, decide, oh no, well, you did ask for an additional hard drive, so we're not going to give you the cable for the additional hard drive. And it's like, oh, marvellous. So you're telling me because I didn't want this at the start, I don't have an upgrade path for it. They also made it such a pain in the backside to get into the laptop itself. On these particular laptops, not only do you have the usual about 3 screws in the middle and the 2 screws at the bottom. Oh no, you also have to take off the rubber. There's like rubber strips on the base of it for grip, and you have to take off the rubber strips. But it's not just you peel back the corners of the rubber strips to get to the screws. Oh no. On the bottom one, you peel back the corners for the screws. On the top one, you have to peel back the corners, and then it still won't open because you've still got more screws banged in the middle. So you have to take the entire stupid rubber strip off, remove all the screws, and then you go, well, usually I just run a guitar pick around the edge of the chassis to get the back of it. No, not on this one. After you've taken out all the screws, you have to open the laptop, then you have to get a prying tool of some description, then you have to sort of work it into the gap, then you have to lever the keyboard up, which eventually releases the entire bottom panel of the laptop. It's not, you don't lift the keyboard out, no, you have to pry up from the keyboard, and eventually you get it worked up enough that you can take the bottom off the damn laptop, and then you go in there and you go, oh, well, after all that work, I can't upgrade the bleeding thing. Because, oh no, you're not allowed a cable to upgrade the storage on this laptop. Just buy a bigger SSD. I was not a happy Ezio. I really wasn't. So in the end, I had to pixie boot the thing on the network, put a brand new image on it, and that gave me enough storage space to repartition the drive to create a secondary. It is such a... And then the students didn't come to collect the laptops. So I wasted hours of my morning doing all that for absolutely nought. Oh, there's many more things, but yes. Oh boy, this doesn't look like a cabaret club. This isn't a cabaret club. This is the mean streets of Night City. As I run around with a flaming sword that actually doesn't look like it'd be that effective. I'm kind of tempted to go back and get the Emperor's sword, to be honest. But that was one of the early game weapons, and I assume it's probably not the strongest. I should have stuck with the Witcher weapons, to be honest, but this one has a nice little bonus on top of it, so. No. We have limited your rants to the cabaret clubs of Japan. We have not limited my rants to anything. My rants are a part of who I am, and they shall be summoned forth as and when required. But seriously, I really do not like modern laptops. They're just... Give them their dues. Okay, fine, you've managed to cram a lot of computing power into a very small chassis. Okay. But it's sort of anti-consumer with just no upgrade paths and anything. It's why I'm quite happy with my framework. Actually, I'm ecstatic with my framework. Because if I need to get into it, yes, there's quite a lot of screws. Like, there's 13 screws, and for some reason they start at 2. But then go to 20. It's weird. It's weird how they've done the numbering on the screws. But it's literally, I just pull out 2 plastic tabs, slide some stuff off, slide the trackpad, lift the keyboard, which is on magnets, out. But the chassis all locks together so it doesn't just like fall out, and then I just remove all the captive screws, and then I lift a metal plate. The screws don't go anywhere, there's no hidden screws. I just lift the plate. Look, there's the motherboard, there's the RAM, there's the M.2. It's all there, and all I needed was a screwdriver. I didn't need a music store shop worth of guitar picks to pry the blasted thing open with those stupid little plastic clips that all just snap off the moment you open the thing, so we'll never actually go back together properly. It's just... I deal a lot with HP devices, and I would love to just change our laptop supplier's framework, because it'll just make life so much easier for us in terms of maintenance. Downside is you might end up with students stealing RAM out of the devices, but in fairness, I've never ever encountered that. I have encountered them stealing keyboards and mice from the labs, though. In fairness, that was during COVID, and we gave everybody a free keyboard, which is a cheap plastic nasty thing. And so some enterprising students swapped the cheap plastic thing for the proper keyboards in the labs. So, you know. Yeah, somebody stole a mouse. I don't know why anyone would just steal a mouse. They were only cheap, well, with the mice that came with the computer. So unless they just couldn't afford or be asked to, they probably just couldn't be asked to buy a computer mouse, could they? Oh, well, but yes. So, yeah. Maybe not, but I would love to just swap all our laptop supplier to framework, just because it makes my life so much easier in terms of fixing the equipment, and we can get spare parts. But then I'd have to go through all the palaver of regulatory looping and bopping and scoodly douche and nonsensical bollocks like that. Specifically the ones down the street that we don't mention. Wait, what? Maybe because he traumatized the women by staring at that for 10 minutes. I did not stare at the women for 10... Okay, admittedly... Okay, fine. Admittedly, when we are playing the cabaret games in Yakuza, we do end up staring at the woman for an extended period of time, but only because I go on a rant. Mostly only because I go on a rant. No, we will blame Kiryu. But see the jacket he's wearing? I'm not blaming Kiryu. I will not blame Kiryu in this regard. I'll blame Majima. No, I don't. Oh, yay! We got a shinobi skill shot. That was funny. We've got a long way to go before we get to 1,000,000 eddies again. I had 1,000,000 eddies once. It was nice. And then I bought a bunch of weapons that I'm never actually going to use. Oh no, that's just shit. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going here. Yep. Oh. Oh, wrong way.
I think I'm getting
Heat. E. Oh, heat. E. What's that? You wanted to stand there as I hit you with my shiny sword again? Oh, okay then. It is indeed a very shiny sword. Have you seen this red bit? It makes you catch fire. No, okay. You have a nap then. Go. Oh, yes, I have got a skill point. Oh, where are we up to, Shinobi? Oh, okay, right. Well, we're getting there. Very slowly, but we're getting there. Headhunter's actually quite far ahead. Solo, not so much. But in fairness... Oh, well, Solo is actually just like 1 point away, so that's probably going to upgrade in a moment. Sorry, give me a second. Yes. Okay, right. Boing. See? I have made progression. I'm no longer getting caught on the barbed wire anymore. And because I've got my double jump. I like double jump. I still can't believe that I've gone through most of the game and not realised that I have all that red lining behind all my heat actions. Not heat actions. This is because I was talking about Yakuza. All me Netrunner actions. Oh yeah, should probably use some of the stuff in my backpack as well. Like grenades, which I don't actually use. I'll have that. I'll have that. I'll have... How have I got 70 cans of Nika Cola? Or a bottle of moonshine? Alright, sure. I'm gonna show you a picture! Hey, you know. Sure, it'll be fine.
Mommy!
Oh, how was that this move? Progress shard gives skill for the Shinobi skill. Yay! 39. Oops. I mean, that kind of works. Ow. Missed that. Oh, I fell on the razor wire, that's why. Alright, let's go and see if we can find a drop point. Kiryu will die when his VA does at this point. Possibly? Entirely possibly. Unless they kill him off before then, but I really hope not.
Don't you mess with me.
Yeah. Pretty sure I've seen that dude somewhere before. No, I was. Oh, hello. Oh, why not? Where's my controller?
They're in, huh? Great. Now grab the delivery cords and drive.
I am driving. Assume I've got delivery cords. I'm just waiting for somebody to show up, or you to tell me that it's ding ding. The car's so slow that I suspect it's going to be quickly, hurry, run fast, apart from your driving. Why is he suddenly Speedy Gonzales? I do not know, but he is not Mexican, I don't think. Maybe? He certainly hasn't got a sombrero.
Just a request. Don't bang her up or I'll lose a buyer. Believe in you, Chumbata.
Oh no. The most troublesome of all of these quests. Ezio, don't damage the car. Hey. Why is my radio not working? No, it's working again. Without spoilers, RGG aren't killing him anytime soon, believe me. If the director's cut of 0 and the leak ending to Kiwami 3 is anything to go by. Oh, they've leaked the ending already? Oy. Look, I'm not complaining, because I love Kiryu. It's just a simple fact, so I'm happy for him to stay around for as long as possible. Even if he's just, like, not a main character in the game, so long as he, like, just sort of appears. And let's face it, he could eventually just become that wise mentor figure. I'm surprised they didn't actually turn him into, like, a wise mentor figure. Like a Kameki kind of character. Go. Data mine is found in the demo. How? How did RGG manage to leave that in the bleeding demo? It was a demo! You're not going to tell me that there's a classic game. I don't remember the name of it, but there was literally a game where they just put the entire game on the demo disc. And then somebody found out that if you just, like, type in, if you, like, change this bit of code or something, you've unlocked the entire game.
One last thing. I'm gonna need this machine in decent condition.
I know. But just because I'm going exceedingly slowly doesn't mean I've forgotten the extra requirement. I have to go really slowly to make sure I don't bang up the damn car. RPG will let Kiryu go when they let Atlas let Joker from Persona 5 go. Well, surely that'll be just when they've got Persona 6. But in fairness, they have probably. I suspect they hit gold with Persona 5. It's a game I still need to go back and play. Well, finish, technically. Replay. I might play it on the stream at some point, but it's probably not going to be a particularly entertaining one. Apart from maybe me being floored by a waifu every few seconds, but yeah, other than that.
Not gonna lie, V. You got a gift.
Hey.
My man will take care of the rest.
Headhunter. Money shard and more components. Neat. Oh, it's fast travel over there. Oh, they'll put Joker in Persona 6. Probably will. He does seem to be exceedingly popular. I mean, he's in Crossworlds for crying out loud. Right. I was originally trying to find somewhere to get rid of this blasted amount of weapons in my inventory. Technically, it's not the end of the world because I've still got plenty of inventory space, but at the same time, I just... Money. I like money. Money is our friend. There's a thing over there. Okay. Off my weight. No. Oh, balls to it. Let's do one more run of the Valentino Alley. No, actually, sorry, give me 1 second. You know what? I wish I'd actually kept tabs on where we started with the Shinobi skill this stream. I'm not entirely sure where we've got up to. Right, 35 is a perk point, and we're nearly at 40. So in the span of just over an hour, we're nearly at 40, so that's about 10. Only problem is that obviously as we level up, then the amount we require increases, etc, etc. So, oh, right, we should also probably use a skill point somewhere. Question is, where do I put it? Dead eye. Focus is active. Shooting grenades out of the air is easier and the blast more powerful. I do actually need to do grenades as a... there's an achievement of shooting a grenade out of the air. I don't need throwing weapons... Juggernaut. 20% health regen bonus for all health regen items. Level 3 unlocks Adrenaline Rush mode. In addition to their base effects, Blood Pump, Cyberware, and health items now also give Adrenaline equal to 30% max health. Now keep that. What's that? Wrecking Ball, don't need that. Die. Rebecca. Only affects shotguns, LMGs, increased crit chance of stamina decreases, improves weapon handling and stamina. I'll probably get that at some point. Maybe, possibly. Tech ability. What we got here? Crafting components from looting. Do I really need? Ooh, wait. That means I get extra tier components. Might be useful later on. Cyborg. Reduce cooldown of all cyberware and all available cyberware slots are full. Oh, no, I've already got that. Recharge speed for grenades. 100% instant recharge of all health items after neutralizing an enemy if you're below 25% health and have no charges remaining. No. Oh, wait. What was that? Level 2. 10% explosion radius for grenades and projectile launch system. No. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna have to sit down at some point and try and wrap my head around this. Multitasker allows you to shoot while sprinting. Nah. Power slide. Nah. Parkour, increase for vaulting and climbing speed. Do I really need that though? I don't know. Don't know what to put these points into anymore. Pushing and aiming for pit fire does not disengage target headshots. No. Live wire. I don't use the mono wire. Ram cost for combat quick hacks using enemies affected by or targeting control quick hacks. Cover quick hacks to distract enemies. 100% trace after performing a takedown. I suppose for the moment I'm just going to put it into die. I don't understand why Nintendo doesn't do a Kingdom Hearts clone with all their IP. It's Nintendo. That would require imagination at this point, and as we know, the people in charge of Nintendo don't have any imagination. They're a pair of leading suits. There we go. Looks like they're back. Oh, so didn't they wait? Oh, no, I'm guessing you mean, yeah, an RPG property thing rather than just like Smash Bros. Which is fair. A triangle on her foot.
I'm hit!
Yeah. Yeah, jumping through different Nintendo world. Does sound cool. Be Nintendo Sephiroth. Ooh. You'd need a big bad. Gut says Ganondorf. The thing is, though, Ganondorf would be a main villain, so he couldn't be like a special super hard boss. It'd have to be somebody not expected. Meta Knight. No, that doesn't make sense. No, forget I said Meta Knight. Who? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, no, didn't Sephiroth appear as a super hard boss fight and then appear again at a different point as something else? Medusa from Kid Icarus, maybe? No, that seems a bit obscure. We need to have some star power to it. Master Hand? Would that be far too obscure? I mean, Master Hand could be a godlike entity, so that could be a very good, interesting boss fight. But that strike me more as a Yozora rather than a Sephiroth. Screw it, Bayonetta. No, wait, why would Bayonetta be the... Well, no, because then you can't really... Well, yeah, I suppose you could bring her back as a thing. Dr. Eggman. No, that's Sega. Ridley from Metroid. Possibly? Dracula. You could use Dracula from Castlevania. No, wait, that's Konami, isn't it? You know, Bayonetta's Sega as well, so my Dr. Eggman thing, it wasn't completely off. Gerald Robotnik. He was a big character person, wasn't he? Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic Saturday morning cartoon thing. With the chicken and the drill robot. Yeah, but Nintendo owned the Bayo. I did not know that. Okay. Hey, there we go. Level 40 on Shinobi. Just gotta get the 20 more points. Well, 20 more levels, and then we've finished all of the Shinobi stuff. And I can move on to leveling a different skill. Headhunter, probably. At which point Deadeye would probably come in handy. I don't know. Need to go through and respec. Well, I can't respec, but I can certainly go through and try and figure out a few more optimal levels and stuff. N22 and 3 are Nintendo exclusive, and Origins 2, I believe, which was a fun game that deserves more eyes on it. Fair enough. I will probably play Bayonetta at some point. I've got it on Switch. Well, I've got 1 and 2 on Switch. I've not got 3. Mentioning Origins, have I bought it yet? I don't think I've bought it yet, but at some point I'll get Sonic Origins and I will play that as well on the stream. I shall have some form of franchise run, at least of Sonic. Since I have for years meant to play Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and I've never got round to it. This seems like a good opportunity for me to make peace with the Blue Hedgehog, because I've never really had much luck with the original games. Like the perfect stream seems like the perfect place for me to showcase my epic Sonic playing skills. And by that I mean, have you seen a slug trying to navigate over a salt field? That's pretty much me playing Sonic, I suspect. Oh, no, I must admit, I did enjoy the day stages in Sonic Unleashed. I've enjoyed Sonic Generations. Back when I played it when it first came out. Sonic Forces had its moments. What other Sonic games have I played? Oh, I played a lot of Sonic Advance 3? I'm going to say 3. When I was a kid. Had it on Game Boy Advance. And, Sonic Rush 2? Never played Sonic... No, I might have played Sonic. Did I play Sonic Rush 1? I can't remember if I played Sonic Rush 1. Oh, I also played that RPG one. The Dark Chronicles or something. Never finished it, but I played that. I don't remember why I never finished it. I think I might still actually own a copy of it somewhere. Getting every platinum medal will be your untimely death. Yes, I do remember the completionist playing Bayonetta, doing a completionist run of Bayonetta at some point. And I think the rank at the end of it was finish it, because getting all the platinum medals was just a thing. So, yes. I don't know, that's one of those... Yes, no, I remember playing it, and I tried to do a bunch of platinums, and I didn't succeed, and I think that's where I fell off it, and I stopped playing it. Either that or it was a boss fight. Can't remember. Was it Mutant Bulbasaur? No, that was Final Fantasy 13. I can't remember why I stopped playing it, but I stopped playing it for some reason. Oh, he's put more of a fight than most of them did. Oh, I'm gonna butcher your name, I'm afraid. Sonomi? Sonomi. I'm gonna go with Sonomi. Anyway, hail Sonomi, welcome. I think the only Sonic game I've ever played was Sonic Heroes. Ooh, Heroes. I may have played a demo of Sonic Heroes in a Curry's years ago. I think. Never released on the Xbox 360. Either I played the demo or I remember... I played the demo, or I remember seeing a trailer for it in a Curry's. I played Sonic Heroes. I don't know if I've played Sonic Heroes. This is I do not know. Sonomi. Sonomi? Sonomi? Sonomi. Cinema. Have I ever got anyone's name here correct on the first attempt? Or following attempts? Stray Girl. Okay, I got Stray Girl. Kevs. Last minute continue. Yes, I do know the last minute continue. Okay, so I do get people's names right occasionally. Turbo. Okay, yes, and Turbo. And I have got Turbo's name right. And Nintendo 42. I mean Nintendo 7.
I'm under fire!
No, my dear, you were not under fire, you were on fire. Why am I giving English lessons to Valentinos? Right. Anyway, the point is, welcome. And I apologize for butchering your name. You're not calling me a baka, you're a baka. Yeah. I assume this is... hey, Headhunter's gone up as well. Neat. Oh, wow. Never noticed that. If I cut off somebody's cyber arm, it just sits there and sparks. Also, I'm pretty sure legs are not supposed to do that. Hold on, let me help you out there. I've cut off most of her limbs apart from the offending leg. I'm sorry, my dear. I'm afraid it's terminal. Right. Here, it's a really annoying bit in Space Marine 1. I might remember it. Depends on how annoying it is. To be honest, my thoughts of the final boss fight was probably as the overriding thing I remember of that. You really are Dr. Zoidberg. I am not Dr. Zoidberg. I thought I was Professor Farnsworth anyway. Oh, give me a minute. Da-da-da. Right. You just cut off the rest of her limbs and not the one you were supposed to. I tried. It was a particularly difficult operation, and the chances of survival were slim because she was already dead. I believe your species can survive without a head. I read it in a book once. Ah. Wait a minute. Sorry. Where was that advert? This advert. What is it? Need for Steed. I was going to say, I wonder what this advert's about. I think I know what the advert's about. Gee, I wonder what the advert's about. Anyway, right? That's certainly an interesting one. I've just accidentally activated overdrive, haven't I? Right. You have a plasma cannon on a train, and you were shooting a dropship while it shoots at you and drops enemies off to fight you. In Space Marine 1. Plasma cannon on a train. I remember flying in a dropship shooting at orcs. Chapter 6. Oh! I forget the name of the place. You on the way to the Manufactorum? I remember the word now. Are you on your way to the Manufactorum to find the Titan? I mean, the entire game is about finding the Titan, so it's hardly a grand revelation, but I think, yes, it is the train on the way to the Titan. Oh, if you think that's bad. Oh, well, actually, no. It depends on what difficulty you're playing on. I'll give you one guess what difficulty I was playing on, and I didn't find that too bad. But there is a bit further on, not the final boss or anything, but there's a bit further on where it did try my patience, more so because of flighty, droney, sparky things, or whatever they were. It's a while ago, but yes, there was another scene a bit further on. But yes, yeah, fair enough. Right, let us sell some of that. No, we're not. Hit save. There. Right, so sell. No. Don't sell. 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 No. Don't sell. 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 Don't sell. I think that is Overwatch is Panam's rifle, right? Panam did give it to us. So, because apparently Widowmaker is actually a much better gun, but I don't use it because Panam gave us this gun, and Panam, as we know, is waifu. Yeah. Archangel, Divided We Stand, Overwatch, Guts, Pride. Apparently Crush isn't. Crash. I'm gonna look this up actually, because we've got that gun in our inventory. And I don't know why I have it. I thought it was Johnny's, but it isn't, because Johnny's gun is apparently called Johnny Silverhand's Malvonian or Maldoran or something. Crash. Gun. Crash is an iconic variant. There we go. Are you human? No, I'm not human. I'm a rogue AI from beyond the black wall. Arse. Right. Not only that, I'm going to have to do that part of the video edit now. All right. Sorry, give me a second. What timestamp are we on? 150. Is it always on a Thursday? All right. I did say I was having particularly bad luck today. $150. Oh, 00 will be somewhere in that timestamp range. Now, the hardest one, obviously, and the easiest one for me. Right. Yes, so I'll do that on Sunday. What was I doing again? Oh, yes, right, Crash. Crash is, right, is an iconic variant of the Malorian Overtune. Oh, sorry, Malorian Overture. And it belonged to River Ward. Ah, okay, so we have that, but it doesn't tell me why I've got two versions of it in my inventory for reasons. Wait. These as well. That. I've got a chainsaw. I could be an Adeptus Astartes, I could. I already own a copy of the Codex. It was signed by Gilliman himself. Be back soon. Hail, mighty lurker. Hey, Oh, give me a second. A codex sounds so boring, though. Well, what would you rather have? The Vestials of Chaos? Oh, okay. Hold on, I've left the wrong window open there. There we are. Not mentioning codexes. I am dying. That does remind me the next game we're playing, which is going to be Assassin's Creed 2, and I'm looking forward to it. I actually own the collector's edition codex that came with the game. It's nothing particularly spectacular. The encyclopedias that Ubi Workshop actually made back in the day, probably better, but just crusade and ignore the codex. Much better. Nah. I'm not going to follow the Codex Astartes. I'm going to follow in the footsteps of the Salamanders. Into the fire! Upon the anvil of war! And you've got the bosses of the Imperial Fists, who literally woke 2 dreadnoughts up just to parade through the streets of Terra. I mean, admittedly, it's a parade through the streets of Terra, so a grand, glorious honour to their battle brothers. But it does also remind me of a comic I saw at some point where they saw a group of Astartes waking up a dreadnought, and it's just, I have been awakened. Show me to war. Sorry, honourable battle brother. We do not wake you for this purpose. Then, do you know the Wi-Fi password? Oh, back when Ubisoft made actually good games. Oh, back before I boycotted it, boycotted Ubisoft. I mean, it's in the name. I love Assassin's Creed 2. I love the entire Ezio trilogy. I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 1. I enjoyed Assassin's Creed 1 so much, I played Assassin's Creed 2, which was just like a gateway drug at that point. I was very invested in Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 3 annoyed me. Gameplay-wise, I actually had a good time, but story-wise, I thought it was a bit lacking here and there. Assassin's Creed 4, sailing's very good. Enjoyed the sea set shanties, but it wasn't an Assassin's game. It was a pirate game with a slight veneer of Assassin sprinkled over the top of it. Unity wasn't that bad. Unity's main flaw was the bugs. It was just not a stable game, but let's face it, saying that Unity was not a stable game is like saying the Pope is Catholic. The sky is blue and water is wet. So, you know. Syndicate. Now Syndicate's where I burnt out. I played Syndicate. I think it would have worked better if you just played as Evie, because she played like an assassin, whereas Jacob was just sort of there to punch people in the face. So, yeah, Syndicate I burnt out. And I did years later, go back to Syndicate on my Steam Deck. 100%ed it, did everything. And then Ubisoft Connect decided to override my save file with a blank cloud save file, so I've lost all my progress. So I'm not doing that again in any hurry, but yeah, eventually Ubisoft games just became superfluous bloat, where it was just a thin level of story and a lot of collecting things. a bit like Tears of the Kingdom on that point. And yeah, I eventually burnt out on the franchise. Then they did the whole thing of changing it into a more RPG thing, and I thought, well, I'll get to Origins at some point, I just can't be bothered at the moment. Then Odyssey came back with all the microtransactions, and the assassinations don't one-hit kill people, at which point I just went, why sod that? Then Valhalla, which apparently was good, but exceedingly long, which is fine with long games, but I have yet to find the willpower to play that. There was a different one. Odyssey? No, there was Mirage. Mirage is apparently quite good. I refuse to play Shadows. So yeah, I have boycotted Ubisoft for a long time, and I can't remember why. It's one of those things that just seared into my brain, but it's just, yeah, I can't remember why, but at this point, why even give Ubisoft money as it stands? They're just, no, I just can't. I can't remember the last Ubisoft game I played. No, completely gone. Anyway, I will know eventually because it'll be Assassin's Creed 2 remastered. So there we go. There were still brief instances where they did make stuff. Child of Light. I think Child of Light was the name of it. It was an RPG sort of thing, like a storybook RPG. Not the longest game in the world, but it certainly had its moments. For what it was. That's the last one I played. No, Mario vs. Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I know Rabbids are an Ubisoft property. I don't know whether Nintendo had more of the reins on that one than Ubisoft, but I suppose that technically classifies as the last Ubisoft game I played. I've not played the sequel because I never finished the first one, to be honest. I don't mind RTS. I've played XCOM in the past. XCOM was actually a bit of a blessing. The remake one from a few years ago. Well, maybe about 10 years ago at this point. Oh, it was definitely 10 years ago at this point. I played it back when I played that when I had a broken wrist from karate, and that was before I went to Japan, which was 10 years ago in April. So, yeah, no, it's. I played XCOM. No, I'm not. I don't mind an RTS, but I don't know. It's just Mario vs. Rabbids just never gelled with me too much. Apparently, it's an exceedingly good game. I'll get back to it eventually. What maybe possible? Oh, I think the last Ubisoft game I played was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Greek thing. Yes, that was Odyssey, and that's the one where they really went all hands in on the microtransactions, where they completely snookered. Sorry, I've got things stuck to me glasses now. That's the one where, yes, they completely went overboard with microtransactions and snookered the level progression to force you to buy XP extenders, and oh, there was something else. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, like I said, it's they removed the assassinations. So you were playing an Assassin's Creed game where you couldn't assassinate people. You had like to hit them twice with an assassination move, which was just completely hopeless. At least from my observations, never played it. Maybe it works better in gameplay, but I seriously doubt it. Oh, and then there was also the whole thing with after Syndicate, they decided to go back, and it was no longer the assassins. It was like the hidden ones or something. And I suppose, yes, that does make sense, because the assassins were only formed from the Hassassin, which was during the Third Crusade. Wait, Richard Lionheart. Yes, during the Third Crusade. So technically the assassins didn't exist then, they were the hidden ones, but still, I mean, as a one-off sort of thing, that's fine, but it all just got very odd. And then they went more into the RPG route and more into, and from this traditionally historic game where you played as the URX specific character, and now suddenly it's, you're this character, but maybe you weren't this character, at which point it's just, no, they sacrificed how best to put it? Sacrifice the story narrative in favour of giving people an RPG character maker sort of thing, and it's just no. Just no. That's not what Assassin's Creed was. Never was what Assassin's Creed was. You've just decided to jump on a bandwagon. No, go away. You're not Mass Effect. I mean, it's got its fans, so I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I am the true glorious prophet of Assassin's Creed and therefore it must all be this. No, but at the same time, it's just, to me, no, it's just not Assassin's Creed. It's like what they did with Doctor Who. As far as I'm concerned, it ended after Capaldi. Capaldi regenerated, and we didn't see who the next Doctor was. That was the end of the show. It finished with Twice Upon a Time. Because everything after that was just an utter disaster, and I just hate it. But that's going on to a different entire tangent about another thing that has deeply wounded me. Much like Star Trek with the singing Klingons. Or the bird-watching Klingons. Seriously, I've seen many bits of Starfleet Academy. Not actually sat down and watched an episode, because I'm not paying a subscription for that. But, yeah, I think I'm going to stick to just, original series, TNG, Voyager. I'll go even up to Enterprise. Actually, Enterprise seems to get a lot of flack, but I don't remember it being that bad, to be honest. Certainly had certainly a catchy intro. Same with Doctor Who, though. I could go back and watch old episodes of Doctor Who. Actually, that's the thing. I should probably start getting Doctor Who with the Doctor Who Blu-ray collection so I can add them onto the Plex server. Though, admittedly, if I was going to start adding that many episodes of Blu-ray, that many high-quality episodes of a series, I should probably increase the storage, which is at a nice equilibrium right now. But yeah, I suspect eventually I'm going to have to go through the particularly headache-inducing operation of increasing the storage on the server. Which, because of how Unraid works, means I have to first... I apparently need to install a secondary parity disk. I have to install a second parity disk, so it creates... Look, I'll spare the technical jargon. It's going to be a bit of a headache. It's not just add more disks, because I have to do it in a certain way, and it's... I'll have to take a day off or something, I think. I need to take a few days off. I've got a leak in the garage as well that I should probably sort out. Alas, it's not the vegetable kind. A vegetable kind of leak would be very easy. I'd just collect it and then sell it to, I don't know, that Miku girl around the corner. I watched a little bit of Star Trek, though I've never touched Doctor Who.
You're still kicking.
Doctor Who, I mean, I grew up... well, no, I grew up, 2000s? No, I was... 90s, 2000. I grew up watching classic episodes of Doctor Who from... 70s, I think? It was Peter Davidson, mostly. Tom Baker's my favourite Doctor. Favourite classic Doctor, I suppose, because Doctor Who sort of split up into the classic series and New Who. So I was watching classic episodes with Peter Davidson as Doctor, Sylvester McCoy... Even the TV movie which the Americans made, which was interesting. I've seen some Colin Baker's. I wasn't a big fan of Colin Baker as the Doctor. I did see a bit of Tom Baker. I do like Tom Baker. And I've seen a bit of each of the Doctors across the years. And then in 2005 they rebooted it. Well, soft reboots. They revived it. Revived's the word I'm looking for. I knew it began with an R. So yes, then they revived it with Christopher Eccleston, and Eccleston was only there for one series before stuff happened, and he basically stepped away, and then got stabbed in the back. Then there was David Tennant, who just completely blew the franchise out of the water. I mean, like, it was a global superpower. At the time, the two biggest shows in the world were Top Gear and Doctor Who. So the British Empire was back. Then we had Matt Smith, who some people didn't enjoy. I personally enjoyed Matt Smith, especially in his last series. I thought once he I thought by the end he was really good. Then we got Capaldi, who was he had a brilliant start, and then the whole diversity thing policies started working its way into the show, and then it sort of lost its way, and it went a bit mad. But we did get Missy, who was an amazing character. She was really good. And then Capaldi regenerated in a Christmas special, and that was the end of the show. Unless you're living in the darkest timeline, which is unfortunately this timeline, where he was taken over by the first female Doctor, who we shall... who's taken over by the first female Doctor, who we shall lovingly call Dr. Karen, played by Jodie Whittaker. Really bad. And then that was taken over with David Tennant again, who tarnished himself, as far as I'm concerned. Then it was Ncuti Gatwa, who spent most of his time crying. Every episode, it was literally just, is he going to cry? He's crying! I think he didn't cry in one episode, and I was so deeply shocked that I had to stare at a wall for 5 whole minutes. But apart from that, yeah. And then he ditched the show after 2 series, and now it's currently in limbo, where it's technically dead, but apparently it's not dead, so whatever. Who put 20p on him? In him? No. Sonomi is a new face. They were not to know to mention the Doctor Who. Admittedly, I had mentioned Doctor Who first, so fair enough. It was in the same breath of Star Trek, so you know. But apparently you had Discovery with giant boglid things and mycelium networks and ships that did somersaults and fire in space and sound in space. Sonar in space, apparently. I have not watched much modern media, and can you really blame me? I think it all started with talking about Ubisoft, wasn't it? Hatsune Miku, that's who I was thinking of. Sorry, I was mentioning meat, and then I was saying it's a spring onion or something she carries, which isn't a leek. Or was it a leek? Don't know. The green vegetable thing. But yes, I couldn't remember her actual name. What was I talking about again? Just don't mention Tears of the Kingdom. No, why would anyone ever mention Tears of the Kingdom? Tears of the Kingdom is my most favoritist of games! Oh, I just love that game. I love it so very, very much. It didn't traumatize me in the slightest. Oh, no. No. But seriously, what? No. I have ranted about that game far too much over the years. Especially the Korok seeds. And what they did to the lore. I don't even know that game. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. A glorious sequel to the smash hit of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which is a game that I 100%ed on the channel. And you know what? I enjoyed it. Gave me plenty to headcanon about. I did a lot of theory crafting as I played through the world. As a one-off sort of game. Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Collecting the 900 Korok seeds. Not as enjoyable, especially when the reward is just a golden poo. I still despise the fact that the Master Sword, the Blade of Evil's Bane, a weapon forged in the flames of the Golden Goddesses, it decided that it no longer liked me because we lost a fight, and so we had to go through the trial of the sword to get it back to full power, but apparently that wasn't good enough for it because it still broke after a while. The Master Sword, legendary blade of the franchise, and it gets tired, but it's fine. Because then we defeated the evil, and it rested, and we took it back, and then we played Tears of the Kingdom. And after 100%ing Breath of the Wild, after doing absolutely everything, I discovered two things. One, if you play Breath of the Wild on Master Mode, it counts as a different save file, so the game did not recognize that I actually had 100%ed Breath of the Wild. So I didn't get the picture bonus in it. Fine. It's a photograph, a very nice photograph, but I didn't get it. No, the real annoyance is, even if it didn't carry my save files over, nobody remembers who we are. The game just assumes that you just did the main story, didn't talk to anyone, and then all the NPCs forgot about you. All the people we helped, apart from maybe a few select people. That's about it. We play the game, and it's all the same, and all the bloody Koroks are back. And we have to get 1,000 Korok seeds. And it's wonderful. Oh, thank you, Nintendo. So I have to run around and collect these wretched little things all over again because you've decided I need to collect more of them. Oh, and by the way, they've completely forgotten who you are, so good luck with that. It's just alright, so I don't even have story reason for it, they've just decided to be arseholes. The boss fight at the end was good. I concede to that. The depths was a completely useless area because it was basically there for pattern, which meant I had more stuff to do, and the game took me over a year to finish. And whereas the previous game had the decency of locking some of the character customization, outfit things, armors behind amiibos, where I could easily sit there and go, oh, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to spend a fortune on little plastic figurines that I have to scan in, apart from maybe the Zelda one, because Zelda is pretty. But no, they decided to add all of them to the game. And by the rules of my very own rules, the noose I have made to hang myself, yes, I went and upgraded every single piece of armor to maximum level. And oh, that was glorious. I was stuck in the desert for weeks farming Lizophos tails because they were all there. I couldn't duplicate them, and then I ended up having to use a duplication glitch in an attempt to try and sort out my way through some blasted thing I was supposed to be farming the entire game, and I couldn't be bothered because it was basically fighting enemies for no sense, and I just... Tears of the Kingdom has left a deep wound upon my soul. It will never fully heal. I cannot look at a Zelda game at the moment, and I do need to get back into a Zelda game, and just, I loved that franchise, but Tears of the Kingdom just utterly ruined it for me. You could say it was my own fault for being a complete moron and deciding to 100% the game, but in my defense, I did enjoy Breath of the Wild. But Tears of the Kingdom is it was just vaporware. It started as a DLC, and it should have stayed as a DLC, or some sort of expansion, some description, but no, they turned it into a full-blown game. It shouldn't have been because it was so bloody shallow. Either they could have also come up with a save transfer system, which wouldn't have worked for me because I hadn't 100% of Breath of the Wild on the correct save file because I decided to play it on Master Mode. But then they turn around and go, oh, no, sorry. Either put in a save transfer, or you have it assume that you did everything because there was years between the game, and you go and do everything. And if you didn't do everything, and this person knew you, then there was the entire option of, I wonder why this person knew me, and you look it up online. You maybe even go back to the previous game and play through it to find out why this person knew you. But no, they just went, everyone's got amnesia. Nobody knows who you are, and it's just... No, I can stomach a lot when it comes to games, but do not screw around with the law. Just don't. Or in TV shows. The Timeless Children once again comes to mind. So, yes, I have delightful memories of all these things. All of these things. Right, Twitch has just welcomed me back to chat. Did the stream just drop? Or did Twitch chat just decide to refresh itself anyway? Well, apparently I'm still live. Good to know. I don't believe so. No, it's fine. It's the last week or the last few weeks, I think. We've had a weird thing where the stream will suddenly drop. Sometimes also, now I've got the wrong window open again. Sometimes even my PC or for some reason my PC loses its connection to my server in the other room, so that stops the local recording as well. It's a very weird thing that's going on. I've done some fine tuning this morning and I think I've fixed it, but I won't believe it until I see it. Right. Sometimes I have a good stream, sometimes where nothing goes wrong, and sometimes it all sort of just collapses. And unfortunately, when it does that, then I'm stuck in the position where I have to fart around with repairing footage and stuff on a Sunday, and then I can edit it all together to the archive. So yeah. To be honest, it's mainly when the recording goes weird. If the stream drops, then I get it screws up with the notifications and stuff, but I can sort of live with that. It's when the local recording breaks, which is very concerning because, like I said, the server's only in the other room. Then again, for all I know, it could just be Windows update, a bad Windows update, because let's face it, since Microsoft has decided in their infinite wisdom that they're going to use AI for a lot of their updates, or rather they're going to use AI to make the code, do a lot of the coding for the updates, a lot of things have gone wrong. Then again, this is Microsoft. They don't believe in beta testing. They believe in releasing the product and letting the community beta test for them. They always have, as far as I'm concerned. Well, as far as I'm aware. Did they do the same with XP? Not sure about XP. Certainly with Windows Vista and 8 and 8.1 and 10. But they were 7. No, I think they did with 7 as well. Everything seems fine. Marvelous. I loved XP. I loved XP as well, but when I used to work for the solicitors, there was a single PC in a back room for NHS data, the National Health Service, for those who don't know. And yeah, medical data. And because the NHS is a little archaic in places, some data could only be read on a Windows XP machine. And yes, after all fond memories and nostalgia of Windows XP, but it's only when you've gone from Windows 10 back to XP that you realise, wow, just how much... Oh, no, it wasn't 10, it was Windows 7 at the time. It was Windows 7 when I was at the solicitors. And you only then realise just how far things have come in terms of the interface. Because, don't get me wrong, I loved XP. XP was brilliant, but there's a lot of quality life things, like the extra bits in the control panel, etc. So yeah. No, it was a nostalgic thing. Same for Windows 95. I have fond memories of 95 and 98, as well as Windows XP. But yeah, it's just... I mean, it worked for because we were still running Windows 10, it worked for a while, even when I had Windows 11 on my current rig. One thing I noticed that I really missed when I was in work... I'm sorry, miss, your leg is still attached, but at least you've got a nice, smoky smell about you now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when I was using my PC at work, because Windows 10 doesn't have tabbing in it, which is something that's been in Linux for years, by the way. Yeah, I was finding myself missing that. I mean, I'm now on Windows 11, thanks to Microsoft and their stupid end-of-life thing for Windows 10, but... You ever use Windows Millennium? Oh. Once. Was it Windows Millennium or was it NT? I think I used it once, though not enough to actually have it leave any major impression on me. But some of the old guard I've worked with over the years have certainly shared the thoughts and heartfelt feelings about Windows Millennium. A Linux user recommending Linux, saying you think so? Look, I'm not going to completely down Windows. I mean, Linux has its advantages, but has its disadvantages. For example, at some point, I need to reinstall my operating system. Not mine, but the computer. Anyway, I need to reinstall the operating system on my rig because it is starting to show some age to it now. And I thought, you know what? How about I switch to a Linux distro? Gaming on Linux is working very well now, so why not? Problem is, though I can get OBS and all the stuff for the stream working, I can't get my editing software. I can't use Affinity Designer because I just can't. It's not supported. I can't use DaVinci because it's not supported. So at that point, there's absolutely no point me going to Linux on my personal rig, so I'm going to have to stick with Windows. At which point now I have to decide, do I go with a Gen 5 M.2 for a boot drive, or do I go for it or do I get one for my games? No, I mean, I'm going to have to reinstall anyway, so if I reinstall, I could get a Gen 5 M.2 for my operating system, just throw it onto that, which means it'll boot lightning fast. But doesn't really help me games, does it? So what I could do is I could stick onto my Gen 4 M.2 for my operating system, get a lightning fast Gen 5 M.2 for my game library, so my games load really quickly, but the computer boots a little bit slower. And by a little bit slower, I mean a few seconds, because let's face it, SSD booting is exceedingly quickly. Exceedingly quickly? Good lord, that was good English. It is quick. SSD booting, you don't realize how fast it is until you've tried to boot a computer on a hard drive, which I have had to do over the years, because Windows in its infinite wisdom, when it installs Windows via a network installation, will, for some reason, put itself directly onto the hard drive. Doesn't matter. Does not matter if you've got an SSD installed. Doesn't matter if you put it on SSD, put it in the M.2 slot, or on SSD 0, on SATA 0. It will always pinpoint to the hard disk and save onto that. And then all of a sudden you're in a situation with the... I thought that was a woman. Okay then. Sorry. I got slightly sidetracked there. Either that or... no. I'm just gonna stop there before I get myself in trouble. What was I talking about? Can't wait for Ezio OS. Install Temple OS. That's pretty similar in terms of functionality. You stumble onto a situation with, I thought that was a woman. Yeah, I haven't been in similar situations. Oh, it was barbed wire, okay then. No, it's just when she just, it's just, she, and then it's just, I was really, really not expecting that. Take out a grenade with a samurai sword. I mean, pretty awesome if I did, but that's not going to get me the achievement, is it? Oh, blimey, I wasn't just noticed at the time. Put him. Got to shoot it for the achievement. Yes. 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 Sorry. Yes. No. I did think about doing the achievements. There's a handful of hidden ones. There's also one where I have to like do a superhero landing.
Hey, come
I
on.
suppose if I thought about it, I could probably do them now that I can respec, but I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I mean, I was in two minds about trying to do all of the skills. Well, sort of. The skills, as we can see, are taking a while, and this is with a farming. Thankfully, I can't. What was it? The gaming sensei, I think it was, on YouTube. Who was the one I found? I found his video on this route, and this route is actually proving exceedingly useful because it allows us to get all of the eddies we need, and it also gets all of the skill points. The only thing is that I have to just keep running it continuously because I need a lot of skill points. On the upside, though, the game is kind enough that it gives us skill shards every so often, so it's not just the slow chipping away with the samurai sword. We are actually getting nice little bonuses every so often. Not just for this, though, for other skills. David's laugh is still confusing to me when I go into Fury as well. I'm trying to remember if he actually laughed like that. I think the only time he laughed like that was at the end. The rest of the time, he was not like that. No, hold on. Maybe in the final few episodes. Even then, I'm not sure. Still very creepy. Hey, Headhunter 46. Neat. We're getting there. I suspect it will still take us a few streams to get to, but we're getting there. Oh, hello. Right. All notifications. I wish I was that slick in real life. Also, on the upside, if we go through and do all of these skills and stuff, it puts us in good stead for the secret ending, which I shall name, if I haven't already, I probably already have, named the Bebop ending. Because, well, if you've seen Cowboy Bebop, ooh, I missed this earlier. Unless it's a respawn? I don't know. Either way, let's do some hacking. E9, E9, 1C. Okay, 7ABD? 7ABD. E9. E9, E9, 1C. There we go. 1C. 1C! Yay. Watch Samurai Champloo. I need to watch that, yes. I've got it. I have it. I also have Trigun. I just haven't watched that either. They're also making a new one, aren't they? Or rather, the director's doing a new series, a new franchise, a new show, I suppose. So yes, Watanabe. Was it Watanabe? Either way, he's doing a new show. I think it's something cyberpunky, but I don't know. Right. Market. Yes, market. And Mob Psycho 100 and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've never had that much of a calling to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The closest I've ever experienced to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, apart from GIFs and memes, is Yakuza 0. Where we fight Joamon with the immortal line of Goro Majima Goro. Well, that was a bit... Well, that was a bizarre adventure. Very nearly gave him a different voice, and that would have been a crime. Right, you, not you. You, not you. You, and you. No! The vendors ran out of money again. Oh, Biffle.
I don't recognize you.
Doesn't matter what you're selling. Bubblegum, apparently. I'll sell you this gun. How about this gun as well? Oh, go on, have this pistol. The vendor's out of...
Just passing through.
No, I've just sold you a bunch of weapons. You're welcome. JoJo's is Hildebrand on LSD. Oh, well, I do love a Hildebrand. I found a guitar shop. Guitar shop looks very familiar. I can't imagine anyone in Night City has enough to buy a piano. Oh, it's going to be an electric, isn't it? Ooh, what are you? A neon typhoon's about to hit America. It's Cracks and their new shocking single. They have names like superheroes and a brand image that explodes off the screen and stage. Cracks is a band perfectly suited for the mania of our time. If you want to stand out in this world, you have to be bigger, brighter, and louder than every ad out there, and they know it. The girls of Cracks have become a worldwide laser pop phenomenon. This masterpiece of marketing grew fast in the East, becoming a neon typhoon that has swept over Asia, drowned Europe, and in a flashy chromatic glow. Now, about to make landfall in America. Insert bald eagle screech in the background. Right. Will we succumb to their savage cuteness and brutal charms? There's no doubt they have a plan to conquer both our hearts and our wallets. Purple Force and her kawaii cohort plan to target a piece of the American soul, our unique combination of rebelliousness and sentimentality. That's why the single they have chosen to promote the American leg of their tour is a cover of Kerry Eurodyne's hit Boppity Boppity. I mean, user-friendly, crowd-pleasing, but also question-raising choice. Bombunsy, even. Damn! I completely cooked my own Is that a word, even? I've completely snookered my own reference. Oh, well, whatever. Where was I? Oh, yes, American audiences, user-friendly, not bombunsy. But that is truly a glorious song of our age. Anyway. Some sort of playful jab at the American consumer, perhaps. Whatever the reason. The more interesting question now is how Eurodyne himself has reacted to the erection of this intergenerational and intercultural bridge, with him standing on one side of it. So far, the rocker boy has refused to comment, and I think we all know what that means. Kerry and the girls from Cracks are still holding an ace up their sleeve. Yes.
What can I do for you?
Hello. Good looking. Actually, no. I'll tell you what. Here, have a gun. And another gun. And this gun. This gun as well. Possibly this. This. Oh, for the love of... No! I just want to sell my weapons.
Huh? How are you?
Hello. What's this? Got no homesick kid and cheating wife. Need booze money ASAP. Not going to waste it anyway.
Why even try?
Sorry, I was more interested in this woman who appeared to not have any feet, but apparently she does. Anyway, hey, have a gun. And this gun, this, apparently this, and this. Yep, that looks about right. I'll also have this bollocks.
Lonely, honey? I can help.
What are you selling? Oh. No.
Ah,
Nope, okay, bye.
next time, take me with you. It's been
Can't run me over if I'm in the earth. Right. Need to find ourselves. Oh! Let us go and check on our iguana. And while we're at it, sell a bunch of junk. Once they introduce stands, it becomes a very different show. And to sell Mob Psycho 100, it is one of the only shows Jamboree has ever finished. The same lady who has yet to finish Bebop. Doesn't she refuse to finish Bebop, though, because she knows how it ends and she doesn't want to see it? I've just reminded myself that I've really... Oh, no, cancel. I really should get back to trying to learn how to play the real folk blues. We need to find a decent transcription of it first, though. I know that there's the whole jazz scene of, oh no, you should just learn every... Oh, hello, I've got an iconic quick hack. And, oh no, you should learn how to just learn to play it from here, and it's just no, bugger off. I don't have time to sit there for hours and hours and hours trying to learn how the song works just from here. Well, the egg is still an egg. Though I am assured that it will eventually hatch. Oh, cat still has food. Cat's bed is empty. Where's the cat? Charming. I hear the cat, but I do not see the cat. Kitty, where are you? Oh, found it. It's camouflaged on the beanbag. Nope, we learned our lesson the last time we looked in the wardrobe. Any new emails? Oh, we do actually. 4 tank men from Pan Am. Look what I found. The fools look handsome, even though you can tell by the look in their eyes they've seen war. Oh, maybe I'm selling. Maybe I'm selling things. I don't know. Anyway, 4 you might like that. Oh, and the dog's name is Shorty, by the way. What? 4 tankers attachment. Oh, right, okay, there we go. That makes that makes an explanation. Yep, those are people stood by a tank, and look, there's a dog called Shorty. The IP invitation. The year exclusive showroom event. Esteemed V. As a motorist, we've done... Yeah, we've already got our bike. It's fine. We don't need to read that anymore. Oh, we've even got a cut crystal glass. Well, it's probably just a cheap one, actually. But we were a corpo, so... Apparently you can get a mod to turn our vending machine into Bernard as well. Right, what else was that? Why did I come in here? Oh, right, I wanted to sell the stuff and check on the iguana egg. And we have. So, now what we are going to do is we are actually going to save the game. There we go. Game saved. Oh, actually, well, I've saved the game. Doesn't matter if I do this. Character, skill progression. There we go. So we are now at level 41 Shinobi and very close to level 42. So in one stream, we've gone from... Was it 30 to 41? So if we keep the same progress next time, we should be able to finish all of the Shinobi stuff, and then we can move on to finishing Headhunter, which is also getting rather close, actually. It's further ahead than Shinobi, come to think of it. And then we need to work on Solo, which is also leveled up. So, neat, I missed that. And then Engineer, which is easy enough because we need to break down a lot of Tier 5 stuff. But anyway. There we go. But with that, we shall then continue this next time. There we go. Don't know why I said it like that. Oh. Well, there we go. So there we have it. There we have it. We finally got through the evening of grinding as I promised last time. We didn't go parading around trying to get into places that we had already been to. We actually did a bunch of running around. Okay, admittedly, a lot of ranting as well. And the conclusion of chat that I am now Dr. Zoidberg. I still think I'm Professor Farnsworth. I will go and get the white coat again if you're so inclined. But yes, anyway, there we have it. So we've done a bunch of leveling. We're getting quite far. It's probably going to take a few more streams of doing that circuit to get us up to where we want to go, and then probably a few more after that to get enough money to purchase all of the iconic weapons that we've missed so far, or at least the ones from the early game that the black market sells. Then there's still other iconic weapons scattered throughout the world that we can collect, which I suspect we'll come across. At least I assume we are. I mean, let's face it, bosses have iconic weapons, and I will be very surprised if Mr. Kurt Hansen, Kurt, doesn't actually have an iconic weapon to his name. Probably a pistol or something. I'm going to guess it's a pistol. Everyone seems to have an iconic pistol in this game, so yeah, it'll probably be a pistol. But anyway, we will go and get whatever weapon Mr. Kurt Hansen has. So, yes, that's at least another one. I'm sure I'm missing something from somewhere, and I'll probably still miss them because I'll need to do multiple playthroughs to get all of the iconic weapons, apart from I don't know how I'm going to fill out the iconic weapon stash, because I don't have a New Game Plus. So I don't have any idea how that works, but anyway, it doesn't matter, we're not going to do it. So, anyway, with that said, if you're new here, hi, I'm Ezio. It's a pleasure to meet you. If you enjoyed what you saw, well, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that follow button, but the decision will always be yours. If you ever want to catch me live, you can find me right back here on twitch.tv/GuardEzio at 7:30. No, hold on. It's Thursday today, isn't it? At 2:30 UK time as we continue on this very Saturday, even. Should probably point out the day. This Saturday at 2:30 as we continue our journey through the world of Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Or at least 2077 at this point, let's face it, we're stuck in the base game until we get all of the skills uploaded. But either way, here or there. And if you've missed any of these streams, if you want to catch up with any of our journey into the world of this brilliant game so far, you can find them all uploaded to the YouTube archive, linked in the panels down below, containing playlists of every game, every journey as I call them, we've ever... I'll try that again. Every game, every journey as I call them, that we've ever been on here on the channel. Also on our website, intothevortex.co.uk as well, if you fancy seeing a different view of things. But yes, that includes our original base game run of Cyberpunk 2077 back before the 2.2 or 2.0 releases. I mean, literally on the year of release, so it was still a bit of a buggy mess, but you know what, I still have fun. And otherwise, yes, all our Yakuza games and many other games beside. think Kingdom Hearts. Well, I know Kingdom Hearts is there because that was our first franchise run. But that's a very young Ezio in them and very inexperienced. And I tried to do all of the Disney voice acting, and I'm not doing that again. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, with that said, I think that's everything. Apart from a thank you to each and every one of you. Be you a chatter, be you a lurker, be you watching live here on Twitch or in the YouTube archives. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey this evening. Thank you for joining me as we travel through the world, this fantastic game, and most of all, thank you for spending a little bit of your life here with me here on the channel. It means the world. It always will do, and it always does. Now, let us see if we have enough to pay the good vibes forward. We do. Is there anyone currently live on the raid list for us to throw the raid over to? I'm guessing maybe a Turbo, but he's wrapping up the stream. Yeah, well, I'll call it quits then. So, with that said, with that done, to each and every one of you, may you all have a beautiful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever it is around this whole wide world you are, and as always, until our paths next cross again, the vortex awaits, and I'll see you all next time.